two, three. One, two, three. Let's go.
This is AZ's promo, and even though we recorded recently, we had to do a video tonight because Metaform Labs officially identified themselves as a fraud tonight. Complete lack of class, the way they did it. Just embarrassing, deleting tweets, putting a video of a music video, Rickroll. It's high school stuff. Hopefully no one got burned by them, and if you did, we tried to warn you. Then some people are saying, well, there's still, I was in a Twitter space for Voyager, there still might be a pump because not everyone knows about Metaform. Well, they're the ones that created the hype for this. I don't see much of a push at all on Monday. I mean, if you're counting on something on Monday, boy, I hope you don't take a big risk because it's a pure gamble. That's much less than 50-50, but just sad. We were thinking it was going to get to Monday. It didn't even get to Monday.
Right. We said in the last video that the mission was probably accomplished when it got up over $1 earlier in the week. And that's eventually what they said is or what they hinted at is that they accomplished their mission on the 12th and 13th. And so and Voyager has already dropped down to 39 cents since they put out that Rick Astley tweet. So
guys, do us a favor.
I wouldn't be playing around with this at all. I would leave it alone.
Yeah, guys, do us a favor. Please hit that subscribe button. We are now over 200. Help us out. We're going to be giving you some very important information this episode, so definitely stick around. So Metaform Labs are the frauds we thought. Very important information. Not a lot of people know about.
I hope that the people see what happens is that you've got a group of these turds that were working together, and this person is sort of the mouthpiece for all of them. And so, the thing about a conspiracy is that it's hard to keep it quiet for a long time. So that I hope that the people that worked with them, and I hope the people that knew about this, I hope they eventually sell them out. That we're eventually going to find out who this is. The internet always finds out. And so to me, you've just made yourself a crypto villain for the rest of your life. So congratulations.
Sad. Like I was saying, guys, hit that subscribe button.
Facing clout, but whatever.
Hit that subscribe button. Let's make Mr. Foam a little happier tonight because hey, at least we didn't lose money this time.
The Cubs are losing, the manager's getting thrown out, people are scamming VGX holders. It's nightmare out here.
Well, I mean, for me, the Guardians are doing well, but let's move back to crypto here. Also, and this kind of was not clear, but there is an option to file a claim and get some of your money back now. Now, we don't know the percentage. That information is supposed to come out next week, but apparently there is a limited time to file a claim as well. And the reason to file a claim is if this thing goes on for a year or so, you take a major haircut. It is a tax write-off, but maybe you have a chance to earn your money back. Let's say that you really want that money in case BTC hits 10K. Well, guess what? You buy a BTC, and this is not financial advice. I mean, I don't see a world where BTC doesn't get back to 20K. So right there, you've just doubled your money. And again, it might take a few months to get back to 20K, but I find it hard to believe that if BTC does go down to 10 or 15K, we're not going to at least find our way back to 20, if not 30, 40, 50, the whole thing. So
I even think from here, if you bought a little bit of BTC, even if it gets back to all-time highs, you've 3x your money. And
so my point is, if you are a Voyager customer, and we'll try to get more information as soon as we can, and you want to just take a haircut and take as much as you can now, that should be an option. And we'll try to put the link in if we can find it tonight. If not, we'll post it in our next video. Unfortunately, Voyager hasn't made that crystal clear. Unfortunately, Voyager hasn't made that crystal clear to all their customers that is an option. And then what happens if you don't file a claim? What are your rights? That hasn't been spelled out, so that's disappointing. We were very optimistic a couple days after because of the positive communication about how they were being creative and they were talking to parties involved. And I don't want to be Mr. Pessimist here, but as time goes on, and there is no offer, and there is no one has bought the platform, or I always thought the loan for 600 million was a pipe dream anyways. But
well, that's not true. We did have that one offer for 250 million, which seems
well, that wouldn't have made any
romantic after what happened today.
So the point is that this claim might not be yes, it's horrible because you're losing money, but it gives you a longer chance to recover, and it gives you the peace of mind. Some people are really stressed about this and losing sleep, and
as they should be. I mean, I heard somebody say on a Twitter space the other day that this was like the breakup of a marriage, and it is that. You know what I mean? You put your trust into this thing. People had decades long fantasies about what they could do with these Voyager accounts, and to have the rug pulled out from under you like that on, what was it, the 6th?
I look back today, and on the 14th, there was an article where Steve was interviewed, and he talked about how everything was okay and how they had nothing to do with Celsius. And the customers should feel secure and safe about their funds. And looking back, wow, it's really disheartening. But again, if filing a claim is an option, and that allows people to kind of move on, and we do need to find more information, because if you are filing a claim, you're taking that loss. So if you're down 80%, and then on top of that, you're only getting 70% of that.
Talk to your tax professional. This is going to be an interesting year for a lot of people. So make sure you talk to somebody who knows taxes, so that you can gain the full benefit of this. We'll be talking to those people probably pretty soon in order to get all this squared away before the end of the year. So we'll share what information we can with you. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty tricky situation. And for me, I'll take what I can get now. Money now is better than money later. And I can do things with that money now, rather than wait for them to figure these things out and smoke more hopium and hope somebody pumps the thing.
Well, just so you guys know, there's a meeting August 4th, but the committee itself that they're going to create isn't going to be created till towards the end of August. So that means at the earliest, you're looking at a September resolution.
Lawyers have to be decided on. You still have to, there's so many things that have to happen in this.
So could a buyer come in and say, we're going to buy everything out and make the customers whole? It could still happen. But
even September to me is a bit of a long shot. I think we're looking at much later in the year, if not next year, before you see even the plan for a resolution. The court systems don't work.
Supposedly it's September if the committee that's formed, including customer holders, if they came to an agreement, they could move fairly quickly. But you would still,
the CEO is getting a bonus, and people are getting paid, and the liquidity in the company is going lower and lower. To me, it's better to take what you can get, take the money and run.
Well, we're not really running, because you got who. And the thing is, though, even if you get the claim approved, I don't know how long it actually takes for it to hit your bank account. So that's something. Now, remember, if you have USD, you should get 100% back. If you were, and that's something, looking back, not
I had in USD, but that is at least the silver lining to the dark cloud right now, right? Is that the USD that was there is going to be returned to you. But I'm looking forward to the day that I can at least recoup some of the value of my crypto holdings. And I think that's an important thing. I talked about this on the Twitter space today when I was talking to some of the VGX, the other VGX holders. And there, you need to make an important distinction between like the cash you hold in your hand and the money that you think you have in the bank. And just like with us and with Voyager, you know, what you had in crypto holdings technically were just digital IOUs. And that's the same with your bank. They deal in digital IOUs. That's not real money. It's not, you know, if we all went down to the bank, excuse me, and tried to take money out, eventually they would say, no, you can't have any more. And there's really two types of money in the TradFi system. There's the paper and coin money that you get from the government. That's basically a promise that you can trade that for goods and services. And then there's the digital IOUs that your bank issues. And that's the game that Voyager was playing. They were playing an old TradFi game, an old CFI game, where they take in your digital IOUs from your bank and turn you over crypto IOUs, which are uninsured. And, you know, as we've learned, it's not safe to hold on these exchanges.
So we're going to bring up Coinbase really quickly because they have discontinued their referral program and supposedly Coinbase Pro as well. Now, people are saying, don't worry, they have plenty of liquidity. They should be fine. They've got billions in reserve. But here's the deal. We thought Voyager was safe. I'm sure people thought BlockFi was safe.
Sound like a broken record again. You know, Celsius, don't worry. You know, Three Arrows, don't worry. Voyager, don't worry. Luna, don't worry. We're working hard. We're still here.
Don't forget Steady Lads. That was that famous tweet.
Yeah, steady lads. Come on.
So if you have funds on Coinbase,
all of these companies are saying the same things, like the same playbook at the end of it for a dying company. And to be quite honest with you, I don't feel secure with any of the exchanges right now. Not your keys, not your crypto. Those are all digital IOUs. Even what you hold on Coinbase, even though they may back it up with actual crypto, they're not holding it in a vault at like Gringotts and Harry Potter for you. That they have it in their own account in one wallet address where it stays in a giant, you know, in one giant pile for them. And then they just show you an IOU on the app. And that's the problem with these exchanges, is that they're working like old TradFi and CFI companies and banks, and they're not really holding crypto for you. They're not really, you know, doing the DeFi, you know, giving out DeFi loans where they're highly collateralized. You think you're dealing in a DeFi project, but what you're actually doing is you're still dealing with the banking system and traditional finance and centralized finance.
They're with much higher risk. Unfortunately,
they're just they're dealing in uninsured digital assets. And so that makes it pretty scary. At least if you have it on your wallet, you don't have to worry about somebody taking away from you. And so I think,
well, but let's be honest with our viewers too. There have MetaMask. People's wallets have been hacked and fished out. So
I mean, if somebody goes bankrupt, you don't have to worry about you're getting 70% of your value in USD rather than the crypto.
Yeah, so we'll keep you guys informed. By the way, this recent BTC and ETH rally, be careful. If you're fortunate enough to be able to take profits right now, not financial advice, I would highly consider it. We're still in a bear market. Don't assume that ETH is going to 2,000 or 3,000, guys. If you catch it at 1,400 and you bought it at 1,000 or 900, I would strongly consider taking some profits here, because I don't think anything's going straight up just yet. I still think we've got that Mt. Gox Bitcoin situation coming up soon, and there's just if one more crypto exchange does go down, and let's say worst case Coinbase goes down, that's catastrophic for crypto. It really is. I mean, we're not saying it's going to happen.
They halted their referral program. If that what they offer in rewards is minuscule, but let's say they halt that. I mean, how many red flags do we really need to start seeing before we just move our crypto to the safety of a cold storage wallet and wait this thing out? Like, how long do we have to, or how many times do we have to make the same mistake over and over again before we learn our lesson? So let's I think the best advice we can offer here is we've learned this lesson already. Go ahead and get your crypto and move it to at least to maybe a trust wallet.
Well, I mean, you're not, yeah, I mean, you're right. On Coinbase, you're not getting a lot of reward. So the
No.
risk is all of a sudden things shut down. Well, you know what happens from there. You're it's not pretty. And so we're not saying Coinbase is in that trouble, but you can't be naive and think it's not possible. That's what we're
There is
trying
a
to say.
rumor that says they only have 90 days left of liquidity at their
But
current.
it is only a rumor. There's no financial. They didn't we don't as far as we know, they're not like the
It
Three
always
Arrows.
is a rumor.
Yeah, yeah. And then if people start freaking out and taking their money out, that causes liquidity issues because it's
Yeah,
not
it would.
it's not meant to have everyone exit at the same time, like you mentioned before.
Right.
But guys, remember, do not expect a big pump on Monday. If it happens, it's whale games, and be very, very careful of VGX. We will get you more information on the claim situation. If we don't get a link for this episode, it'll be coming up in the next episode because a lot of people probably don't know that they have to file claims or what happens if you don't file a claim. That's all that hasn't been spelled out, unfortunately, from the team. And I know Steve is limited in what he can say, but I think transparency is key here. And the less you get,
A lot of mistakes being made, and the customer is the one that gets hurt here. So avoid these red flags.
yeah. So guys, we will keep you in touch. Please share. Please hit that subscribe button so we can get this info to you guys and spread the word because we've got some important information. The more people we reach in the community, not just for Voyage or all over crypto, the more people we help. And we'll be doing a lot more stuff with other projects too coming up, going back to reviewing tokens. So please hit that subscribe, share. Let's get us up there in terms of subscribers as much as we can. For Mr. FOMO, this is AZ Crypto. Have a great night, everybody.
See ya.